Purdue Boilermakers outplayed the Tennessee Volunteers, winning a entertaining, unforgettable, high-scoring game, 48-45, in the Music City Bowl. It was exactly what I predicted. It'd be an entertaining, high-scoring game. Wasn't right about the winner because the Purdue Boilermakers ended up winning this game 48-45. I wasn't right about the score because the Volunteers didn't win 45-38, since the Boilermakers ended up winning in overtime 48-45. So I wasn't wrong about what kind of game this was. It was unforgettable. It was a highly entertaining, amazing, high-scoring game, which it was, including this. They combined for 90 points in regulation, and this game had a total of 93 points after one over. And a total of, for this game, it had a total of 93 points, so that's a high amount of points in a college football bowl game. Except, I'm very disappointed that Tennessee Volunteers, not just for the fact that this was a home game, and it was also a winnable game. Also because of the fact that they were leading late in this game and they weren't able to defend when needed. Purdue Boilermakers were able to move the football, score a needed touchdown to send this to overtime, able to get a stop, force the Volunteers to have to kick a field goal. They were able to get a stop on a fourth down, and Purdue Boilermakers were able to move the football, kick a game-winning field goal, which they made, ended up winning 48-45. So it was a very disappointing result, not including for the fact that I would have been right with the score prediction, except that didn't happen because the Purdue Boilermakers were able to move the football and get the game tied to send to overtime. So I was very amazed that I wasn't just right about the quote. I wasn't I was very amazed, this late, very, very late in this game, in this high-scoring, highly entertaining game, that I could have been right, that was going to be proven right, and then, which is why I was just very stunned. Well, I wasn't completely stunned, but I was still stunned that this game went to overtime and had the disappointing result, mainly because, even if I wasn't going to be proven right about the score prediction, I still would have been very happy. Would have been very happy if the Volunteers ended up winning was basically a home game, the Music City Bowl, and they didn't, because the Boilermakers, a better team, outplayed them in the fourth. They outplayed them in the fourth quarter, and they outplayed them in overtime. Undeniably, they were the better team, so I'm not surprised they ended up winning 48-45. It's a very disappointing result mainly for those reasons, and also because of the fact that the Volunteers, multiple times in this game, they couldn't defend the lead, including very late in this game when they were leading 45-38. Lead is futile if the defense can't defend it, and in this game, the Volunteers' defense wasn't able to defend the lead multiple times in this game, in the Music City Bowl. Except the future is bright for the Tennessee Volunteers, which is why I'm not going to remain depressed about this, because Volunteers, Las Vegas had them in the regular season winning 7 games. They matched that. They reached the roof for that realistic roof, and I got no doubt in the future that Tennessee Volunteers, they're just going to be a better team. They'll be a better team in 2022, not just the fact that they have Hooker starting for a full season. They've got a whole full season of experience in the Josh Heupel system, so it's very realistic that they'd be winning above 7 games. I'm not saying that they're going to be that they're going to be winning the SEC East or making the 4-team playoffs, because they haven't reached that area yet, except they are going to be a better team as far as they're winning more than 7 games. They might just remain in the top 25 as a ranked team. That remains as a ranked team. They win more than 7 games, and they also win a bowl game, and also they might even defeat a team that they're undeniably is better than them, mainly because they just have one of those Saturdays where they just play a great game. So, future looks very bright for the Tennessee Volunteers, which the Tennessee Football Volunteers, all reasons why I'm not going to remained depressed about the Volunteers winning in what was a winnable bowl game versus the Purdue Boilermakers. Also, the Tennessee Titans end up defeating the Houston Texans 28-24. Now, obviously, this wasn't what I predicted as far as the Titans winning. It wasn't what I predicted as far as, because I predicted the Titans would win this game 38-17, and it looked like after one half that the Titans possibly they're going to prove me right, except of course in the second half. The Texans just played a great second half. They were able to make this a dramatic game. They were able to keep it. They were able to make it a dramatic game, a dramatic close game. They were able to make I was fearful the Titans were losing mainly after the fact that because the Titans hadn't scored a touchdown in the second half until, of course, they moved the football and score a needed touchdown to increase the lead and also getting the needed first down, so the Texans didn't have an opportunity to either win with a game-winning touchdown or send it to overtime by kicking a field goal. So, obviously, it wasn't – the Titans did win, except they didn't win by what I predicted of 38-17 because they won 28-25. Except they still defeated the Texans like I said they would, that they would get the first get that first round bye. So all reasons why I'm not unhappy that the Titans didn't prove me exactly right with my detailed game prediction, and they end up getting a first round bye for the first time since 2008, which was an historic year because that was the first year that a black man became the United States president. Barack Obama, former Illinois senator. Yeah, Barack Obama was the first black man that became a U.S. president in 2008. So, yeah, it's been a long time since the Titans had a first-round bye. So, that's great, along with the fact that even though the Texans did outplay them, they did outscore them in the second half, it was futile because the Titans, they still took advantage of the Texans' terrible defense. They cannot defend the run, and the Titans with Foreman and Hilliard took great advantage of that. And Texans' run defense that was terrible Titans took advantage of that awful Texans' run defense. So that was great. And it was also great that Julio Jones was able to get a touchdown. Yeah, was able to catch the football for a touchdown because while he was involved with the Titans in the regular season, he hadn't received the football he hadn't had a touchdown at all. Hadn't received the football he hadn't scored one touchdown He hadn't received the football in the end zone for one touchdown or run the football into the end zone for a touchdown this season until that game. So I was very happy. There was better late than never for Julio Jones before the regular season ended. Not because I had him on my fantasy team, but mainly just because it's just predictable that A.J. Brown would get a touchdown. I wanted to see Julio Jones, a guy they got a talented wide receiver they got from the Falcons, actually get a touchdown, receive the football for a touchdown, because since he hadn't done that and was able to get that in all the other games that he played for the Titans in the 2021 NFL regular season. So yeah, that was great, and just very happy, joyful that the Titans ended up getting the first round bye, mainly because of the fact that because they had a great opportunity and they took advantage of it, because if they didn't win, then the Chiefs would be having that benefit of the first round bye. The Titans would have to win a wild card game in order to get to the Super Bowl. They would have had to win a wild card game, go on the road. I don't know about win a wild card game, win in the second round, and also win the AFC Championship game. Except now with the first round, since they got a first round bye, all they got to do, they have home field advantage. All they got to do is win in the second round, win the AFC Championship game, and I'm confident that happens. So yeah, I'm very happy that my Titans, that had the great opportunity to get a first round bye, they just took advantage of it, ended up beating the Texans, getting that first round bye. they didn't choke away this great opportunity to get home field advantage and get a first-round bye for the first time since 2008. So that was terrific, and I wasn't also wrong about the Texans having the over, because this did have the over. Yeah, 2022 can be a great year because it's going to be the return of Derrick Henry, and 2022 could be not just the return of the terrific Titan running back Derrick the Locomotive Henry, except also this could be the season, could be the year that the Titans win a Super Bowl for the first time in their franchise. Which, yeah, that'd be excellent. And I'm confident that, so it'll be very exciting to watch the NFL see if the Titans can move closer to winning. The Titans can move closer to going to the Super Bowl and winning a Super Bowl for the first time in their franchise history. So yeah, it's gonna be very exciting NFL playoffs, and I can't wait for my Titans to play the Cincinnati Bengals, a good Bengals team that ended up playing a great game to defeat proven to be resilient Raiders team, because they were able to reduce that lead. They were able to make the game close, except they weren't able to come back because this was just a game where the Bengals, they just played a great game needed to actually win a wild card game for the first time since 1991. So, yep, very excited to watch my Titans play a good Bengals team this Saturday.